Indie predictions. All right, so let's talk about some indie predictions. Like, what do I predict is going to happen? What are we going to see in indie? Let's get rid of this for now. So the first thing is Gloom Dugon. Someone takes that Gloom Dugon team into top 100, if not higher. I mean, we've seen it, so a bunch of people know it by now, but it's very luck based. So I feel like someone that might already have their worlds invite, someone that just wants to see how it is in indie, might just bring that team for fun, which I hope we get to see that team. I think it would be really funny. And if someone does bring in do well with it, we better see it on stream. Next thing. Kyogre. Kyogre does well. I think Kyogre is not counted in too well right now, and I think someone is going to take advantage of that. I think Kyogre, people are starting to realize that its power is still really good and that it can definitely have some tricks up its sleeve. I've seen people use the Terra Water Helping Hand Terra Blast to get around Light Guard, which I think is pretty creative. So I think Kyogre does decent. Mainly just better than what we thought. That being said, I think with Kyogre, we also see Snarl, Archaludon. I think that Archaludon, with the Assault Vest with Snarl, I think it can drop one of its, like, if you're using it in rain, like, you want the body press, you want the Electro Shot, and then Snarl. So I feel like you keep Flash Cannon and drop, like, Draco Meteor or Dragon Pulse. Like, drop your Dragon move for the Snarl, because I feel like that would be a good way to deal with Archaludon. I think Shadow Rider has 2 top 8s, but doesn't win. Shadow Rider is definitely one of those mons that everyone is prepared for, right? Everyone knows what to expect with the Shadow Rider team arcs. I've seen some people kind of just take, good stuff balance of Urshifu, Rapid Strike, Rillaboom, Incineroar, and just kind of like a Calyrex on there. I think that could do decently well, but like the NDD, Minshao, I think everyone is prepared for it very well, and we've kind of seen this with the online tours where Shadow Riders didn't dominate as well as we thought they would, because everyone knows how powerful it is, everyone respects it, so it's not like everyone has a game plan for it, right? What else? I feel like this is obvious, like return of Rapid Strike. Like, I think Rapid Strike, we saw this towards the end of Reg F. Like, people kind of just said, you know what, like, I know how to play around, like, Raging Bolt, or, like, I have a game plan for Raging Bolt. I feel safe for bringing the Rapid Strike Urshifu. And I feel like with the team comps of Instant Rillaboom, like, Rapid Strike is still doing well, even though there is, Kyogre on the field now, so a lot of people have to have game plans for Kyogre. But I think Kyogre, a lot of people don't respect it as much, so I feel like they won't have as many answers. But then again, like, Rillaboom is everywhere. Instant top usage. I think Instant is top usage. Maybe not day 1. Maybe day 2. Instant is just, it does really well. Clear Amulet is kicking its butt though, so there are a lot of things that it should do well into, but it's been having trouble with because of the Clear Amulet. Like Groudon, for example. Like it should be able to intimidate Groudon, like, and do decent against it, but with the Clear Amulet, like, you still have to worry about the Precipice Blades. The switch-ins are less safe, all that good stuff, you know? Koraidon usage over Rhydon. I think Sun's just better. Not as many people are bringing Groudon. So I feel like the next possible choice is that Maridon. Is that Koraidon. And I think we'll see more Koraidons than we do Maridons. But that doesn't mean that Maridon is going to do poorly. I think Maridon teams are solid. I just got to Master Ball one. I know that's a big difference than doing well at a regional, but I do think there is some room to play around with Maridon, especially with the electric terrain. What other predictions do I want to make? Bundle is back. I like Bundle right now. Bundle does really good into those speed ties, which a lot of people, especially the Calyrex Shadow Riders, they're really worried about those speed ties. So how do you avoid that? Icy Wind, like additional speed control. So I can see like Icy Wind being there even on teams with the Tailwind. You might see this on like with an Icy Wind Flutter Mane, but I think Bundle gets some really good usage, especially as you saw on my team. If you watched the stream, Encore Bundle can really punish those setup bonds, right? It can really punish those fake out mons. It can punish with like encoring into protect. So I do think that Bundle might see some decent usage, you know? I want to say something about Trick Room. Honestly, I think Ice Rider, Blood Moon win it. It is a really strong like core, having the Farigiraf to stop priority and set up like Trick Room. You also have the Ice Rider to do really good damage, and then Blood Moon as well. I do think Amoonguss will be a problem. I do think people will have answers for it, whether it will be Taunt, whether it will be Electric Terrain with Rhydon, whether it will be Safety Goggles or a Terrifier, like with something from Koraidon taking advantage of the sun, maybe a Flamethrower from a Walking Wake. But I think Amoonguss will do really good either way. Zamazenta will overpower Terapagos. I think Terapagos teams are really good, especially the Comfey teams where you can get the recovery and get the fake out and then get the screens. They're super annoying, right? They work really well on keeping the Terapagos healthy, but they are kind of predictable. I did see a lot of people switch to Covert Cloak Terapagos, so you can't get slowed down with your boost, because that's one way to kind of handle it, is to stop it from boosting so quickly and just try to do a lot of damage, or a decent amount of physical damage. So a lot of people have been running like Covert Cloak, which I mean could be solid, but I think Zamazenta will overpower it. I think Zamazenta will have a really decent showing, and I think with Pelipper, I think Zamazenta and Pelipper will do really well. But Iron Hands might come back on top. I really haven't seen a lot of Iron Hands. Then again, like, I'm not on high ladder. I don't think so. Because like people are still running Lando. Fluttermane can now do a stupid amount of damage now that you have like a really good Sunsetter. So you can always, you know, go choice specs and then get your boost. Last one. Moxie will top 64 with Wochen. I hope he's bringing Wochen. I haven't been like super following it, but I hope he does. But yeah, I don't see Iron Hands coming back on top because Terapagos usually carries Earth Power. There's Groudon that really threatens it with Precipice Blades. Koraidon, like being a fighting type as well as a dragon type, really doesn't care about it. And Koraidon is like usually paired with like Fluttermane. Like Walking Wake puts a lot of damage into it. And then with like Flamethrower, you risk like things like what Burn. Lando Eye is still like showing a lot of usage. And then like Shadow Rider with Terra Fairy, like Draining Kiss, like can do a lot to an Iron Hands. And Incense around, so like Incin can do a lot against it. Koraidon eclipsed Miraidon for a bit, but Miraidon went back up. But I think for this tournament, I still think that like the Sunmons are more powerful. The Sunmons are more aggressive, and so I think this is the first tournament, so you're going to see either the Hyper Offense, the Trick Room, and then there's going to be like random other stuff. So there's going to be like the balance with Rillaboom, Urshifu, Rapid Strike, and Incineroar. There's going to be the Terapagos setup, but I think overall, I think Koraidon enables better Mons, because what does Miraidon have? Marion has maybe Jugulis if that is your Shadow Rider answer. Does well into Rillaboom too, actually. And then that's really it. Like maybe Iron Valiant for the wide guard, but I feel like that's super niche. Like Iron Thorns, Iron Hands is still just like overpowered by a lot of mons in the meta. I'm trying to think of more. Yeah, but there's like, I don't know, I feel like Rillaboom is better with the Assault Vest. I don't know, I could be wrong though. But yeah, these are my indie predictions. Gloom and Dugon. Someone's taken it to top 100. Kyogre is decent, better than what we thought. Iron Moth could come up. Deli and I were talking about Iron Moth. It does pretty well, and it has like a solid typing, and Terra Grass favors it like really well. But Snarl Archaludon, I think, can do something here. Shadow Rider has 2 top 8s but doesn't win. Return of, actually, I'm not even gonna say return. It never really left. It just got outclassed for a little by Single Strike, and Single Strike is still really good here, especially with the main Terra is like Terra Fairy. So I don't know, and Comfey can do a lot of damage to it. I think Incin has top usage for at least one of the days, maybe day 1, day 2. I think we see more Koraidons over Miraidon. I think Bundle is back. I think the Ice Rider, Blood Moon, and Farigiraf win. I think Amoonguss will ball out. So Amoonguss could get balls out. I think Zamazenta overpowers Terapagos team, so Terapagos doesn't do that well. And I think someone is going to take Zamazenta really far. And then Moxie boosted will get top 64 at Wochen. But I wish I would have clicked recording, so I'll have to wait to download this stream. But these are my predictions. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Hopefully I can get this up before Indy starts. But yeah. But yeah, let me know. Give me your predictions in the comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay.